2.
Welcome back, everybody. Kip and the Legend with Talking Sports. Let's just wrap up the topic we were talking about before about the cocktail party. One kind of neutral option would be have Florida come to Mercedes-Benz every other year and then keep the game in Jacksonville in the Florida years. What do you think about that?
Well, I mean, if that's your only option, I would go with that. But again, I think the Georgia Bulldogs need to stick to football and let the ADs handle this kind of thing. And maybe the AD want to move it just the way Auburn wanted to move it to have another home game. I get that. But we're talking about college football history here,
Yep.
Kip.
That's for sure. Well, you know, to Kirby's point, if you play in a stadium that for years was called the Gator Bowl, that's probably not too neutral a field. So anyway, interesting topic there. Some other odds and ends and one other football-related topic. You're very active on Twitter.
Yeah.
There's been some interesting comments this week from a tweeter by the name of Bama Hater, who's been really kind of duking it out with a lot of your followers and whatnot, crying and complaining about the Alabama schedule again, that it's just so bad. And, you know, I tried to stay out of it, but he was actually getting into some territories where he was just blowing some stuff, you know, that from you know where, saying, well, it's amazing that they only will play the cupcakes from the East. Dude, that's not how it works. The Alabama schedule, the conference schedule, is not determined by Alabama. That's an SEC function. So that leaves the other games, the other 5 games are in Alabama's control. The Kickoff Classic against Duke, they didn't select Duke. Clemson plays a league game against Georgia Tech opening night, so they weren't available to make that dream matchup.
Yes.
So Duke gets the spot. The point is, what's your response to all this schedule stuff that Alabama's totally in control and controlling the system?
Well, I mean, as we've repeated on this show many a times, there's not but 3 or 4 elite teams in college football. All the rest of the teams are basically cupcakes anyway. So it's very hard for Alabama to have a tough schedule, I would think, when you put the SEC in the mix. But it don't really matter. There's only one team in this nation that could line up with Alabama and have an opportunity to win, and it's Clemson. And maybe you could put Georgia in that category too, because we know they'll break down mentally in the fourth quarter and not be able to do it. But I'm just saying, regardless of who's on Alabama's schedule, if it ain't Clemson and Georgia, who we going to have to play anyway?
Well,
it don't really matter. They're all cupcakes, Kip.
Remember what Bama Bo said. If you're Byrne, the AD out of Alabama, she imagines a lot of people are dodging his call.
Oh, yeah. 205.
Yeah, when he, I'm not.
No, thank
so,
you.
Anyway, that's that. A couple other things that are happening in sports. Last week, we talked about it last week before it happened, the London series, the Yankees and the Red Sox. I think it's wonderful that we went over and had a great exhibition of slow pitch softball for the Londoners to enjoy. I mean, give me a 17-13, and the second game was 12-8, 29-21 in runs. Those 2 games between the Yankees and Red Sox. Wow. I think they had like over 60 hits. I mean, it's insanity.
Well, I mean, center field was like 280. I mean, I might could have hit one out there, Kip. I mean, come on. I mean, it was like, it's a great illustration, slow pitch softball games. Because I've been in slow pitch softball that didn't have that many runs. I mean, it's just crazy. Baseball, the ball's juiced. The bats are bigger.
I was hoping they'd do a close-up of some of the guys' field. I thought they might have a beer out there with them because that was kind of the atmosphere like a softball game. But it was amazing. 29-21 in 2 games.
Wow.
It's absolutely unbelievable.
That Yankee team is loaded, too.
Man, they got some boppers.
They are loaded.
So next time they go to London or someplace overseas, let's let the pitchers throw overhand.
Really,
what do you think?
Really, not underhand.
All right.
There you go, Stanton. There you go, Judge.
Yeah. One other thing, NBA. Free agent frenzy.
Yeah. Now
you
talking.
stood here on this program.
Yes, I did.
About 2 months ago.
Yes,
and
I
you
did.
had a message for crybabies, as you put it, Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving.
Yes.
I'm sitting there the other night and on the sports ticker, what did my wondering eyes see? Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant both signed with the Brooklyn
Nets.
Nets. So both your guys that you chastise right here on this show are teaming up next year.
You're not going to be able to play on the court in Brooklyn. It's going to be so wet from the tears because KD's going to have to sit out a year, and Kyrie's going to cry so much during that year. You're going to have to put in a new floor due to the dampness and the wetness. I mean, these are the two biggest crybabies. You're making $170 million. I wouldn't cry a lick.
Maybe they need to name the team the Brooklyn Wets now because of all the
Brooklyn
tears.
Weepers.
We got to go to break. We come back more on Talking Sports. We're having a big time on the 4th of July weekend. Stay with us.